You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. We are at a turning point now. I think a turning point is truly here. A turning point when talking about traveling can take you left, right. It can turn you around. It can take you deeper. It can take you shallower into what you want. We don't really have much of a choice. We're at a turning point, though, like it or not. Now, this regards all activity in SHTF. It's an SHTF turning point. We're at a fork in the road. Now, is this a good fork? Are you going to be happy with it where it takes us? You might be. Now, Stockholm Syndrome. People become comfortable with their captors, even supportive of their captors. Now, of course, if Donald Trump was president, no Democrat would like being told what to do by him. But with their captors in charge, Democrats love this. So they're not really ready for this turning point. But the rest of us, especially you and I, preppers, are fully prepared for what's coming. And I know a lot of us, even a lot of good patriotic Americans, have gotten used to the handcuffs, the shackles on our wrists, our legs, our necks. Let's get into it. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds is to end the cerveza bug emergency declaration in her state. And she says they will deal with cerveza bug the same way they deal with the flu. This is big, folks. This is big. This is not Florida. It's not the Sunshine State. This isn't Texas. It's not the Lone Star State. It's Iowa saying enough of this crap. This is a turning point, folks. This is a turning point. It's like a series of dominoes, perhaps. Or we've just got to that fork in the road where people can't handle it anymore. Trust me, the medical tyrants, they don't want to give it up. In fact, there's an article out today saying if you want to improve the seal, the effectiveness of your mask, which I thought we were told, never mind. But if you just want to improve it and make it even better, use nylons, women's nylons. So now you have to put a mask on your head and then wrap your head in nylons. Isn't that it's kind of what bandits used to do, right? They pull some pantyhose over their head to kind of smear and hide their facial features. This is some amazing stuff. I mean, wearing a mask, handkerchiefs, bandits wore that. How come everything they want us to do makes us into bandits, the bad guys? So the tyrants, they don't want to give it up, but they're losing political will. Canada is huge for what they're doing. The truckers up there, joined by the farmers and other patriots, they're tired. They're not just tired, they're ready to fight. They're ready to lock down their own country. Now, there are other countries, folks, that are joining. You could say they're joining Texas. They're joining Florida. They're joining Iowa. They're joining the United Kingdom, England, Ireland. They're joining Denmark. They're joining the Czech Republic. They're going to join Sweden now. Here is a list of countries, folks, that have announced the cancellation of all baloney, all tests, all mandates, and are just going to call it a flu, a seasonal flu. Turkey, Brazil, England, of course. Sweden just made the big announcement also. How about this? Spain. I've been talking about the Czech Republic. Hey, Mexico, El Salvador, Singapore. Here's a big one, folks. Ready for this one? Japan. Those countries, folks, and a bunch of United States have had enough. Canada, one of the premiers. I love how that just sounds so official, so powerful. The premier of I think it was Saskatchewan, said, hey, we're gonna knock it off. No more mandates and stuff. Well, hey, they're in Ottawa. The protesters went all the way to the federal government in Ottawa. They don't just want one province in Canada, they want all Canadians free. And I think that it's a marvelous thing to see the people stepping up and pushing this. But folks, have no doubt, we're at a turning point. It is here. And all of these efforts, all of these countries finally saying enough is enough, states saying enough is enough. When you get to a turning point, it's miles down the road, you get signs. You get signs on the road. Do you not telling you turn in 5 miles, turn in 2 miles, turn in half a mile? You see the signs that the turn is coming. We've had the war drums beating for a while now. Russia and Ukraine. We've had the war drums beating. China, Taiwan. We've had the war drums beating. North Korea and whoever it is they think they're mad at. We've had those drums beating. Now, what precipitated or started the cerveza bug outbreak was the necessity for it. The necessity. They had to do something to hide the economic crash, the financial or banking crash of September 2019. They glued things up. They pasted it up with the repo overnight lending. Again, I'm taking you back into recent history. And then they gave us the world's first pandemic that the world reacted to universally in the same way. And they've used that for 2 years to hide from us the financial damage. Now we've been getting the war drums. It's like they're realizing they can't contain us anymore with cerveza bug. They can't scare us anymore with mutations and variants and lions and tigers and unicorns and deltas and no, they can't do it anymore. The people have had enough and they're throwing off that yoke of oppression. But the financial cycle is still down. Countries are still suffering. They're not getting their tax money. Right? They're borrowing money like crazy, trying to get themselves what? Out of trouble by keeping things locked down. They can't afford that. And folks, when the financial cycle goes down and stays down, what follows almost invariably when it is a major down cycle, what follows is war. Now, we think in terms of, well, we had the economic crash. We had the Wall Street crash of 1929. And then we had the Great Depression. And then we had World War II, as if they were 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. No, the crash of 1929, we didn't have the Great Depression for a couple of years. I mean, it started right away. It started with trouble, but it took a couple years to get there. And then all of the 1930s, folks, 10 years of Great Depression before World War II broke out. 10 years of Great Depression before World War II broke out. We've had 2 years now, or you could say 2.5 if you want to start at the September. 2 years of really bad recession, depression, economic downturn. They're going to blame it on cerveza bug, but we're going to come out of that. They're stopping that nonsense. They'll continue to push it to satisfy their sheep, their scared people, to keep the partisan divide going. But the war is coming, folks. The war is coming. You know, is it going to be a real war? Boots on the ground, tanks, bombs. What we do know is it's already an information war. It's already a psychological war. It's already an economic war. Already nations have been using their own people as their enemy and punishing their own people and at war with their own people. And in some cases, countries are in this war with others, but it's heating up. You know, Putin has made the United States and NATO look silly at Ukraine. So the United States of America violated the sanctity of a border in Syria and started stirring up the terrorist pot again. Make no doubt, understand, the Middle East, Northern Africa have been a part of world economic military conflict. It was true in the 1800s, the Ottoman Empire, the South, the Middle East, whatever you want to call it, was part of World War I. And a lot of people think that Hitler just fought England and France on one side and Russia on the other, the Soviet Union, but they also fought in Africa, North Africa. They fought on 3 fronts, the Germans did. The war is coming. What is the deal right now? We've got Syria, once again, basically North Africa, Middle East. We got problems with oil, energy. That's the entire Middle East. They want to redraw the lines on the map. Energy, folks. Energy is everything. I'll point you to SRS Rocco, ROCCO, SRS Rocco report on YouTube. Steve St. Angelo's videos on energy return on investment and the energy crisis and the problems with energy that are coming is astounding. If you are able to look at the whole picture, you can look at the whole map of SHTF out in front of us, and you can see we're coming to a turning point. We're going to get off of, more than likely, we're going to get off of this Cerveza side road, and we're going to steer right back into some harsher SHTF scenarios. There's going to be no room for woke school children. There's going to be no room for idiocy. It's going to come down to some very fundamental basics of life, of tyranny, and war. That's coming. Eventually, we're going to get there. I don't think we're there yet, but the turning point off of Cerveza bug is here now. It's happening. It's going to take months. Understand that. It's going to take months to wind it down, to get people to forget about it. In the meantime, they're going to start distracting us all, me and you, everyone in the world. They're going to try, but you are aware. You're awake, you're red-pilled, you're aware. Tell other people. Give them this address up here. Wake them up. Let them know it is time to wake up. Things aren't going to get better. Everyone's going to be excited, folks. Everyone will be optimistic about the end of Cerveza stupidity or the way back retraction of it. It may come out here and there to scare people. Oh my God, remember? Oh yeah, no biggie. They're going to continue to push, folks. They're going to continue to push the Jim Jones juice and the booster. The booster rooster is going to cock-a-doodle-doo every day. It's just not going to be a control mechanism they want. It's just going to be one more piece of this puzzle that they're going to continue to remind us of. But we're coming to that turning point. And we're going to go right into deeper, darker SHTF. We'll talk more about that, folks. It is coming. Are you prepared? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, all those things, and a plan. Have it together, folks. This is all of us are getting a warning. You have heeded the warning. You understand what's going on. You can be fully prepared.